Hello you beautiful space dust and welcome back to Planet Joe. I'm Jordan and I have a very exciting video for you guys today just because I've been wanting to film this video for so long, basically since I started doing this. And as you can see by the title of this video, it's all about how I became fully cruelty-free, or I should say as cruelty-free as possible, but we'll discuss that later in the video. If you'd like to see more videos like this, I'm thinking that this might be the first part in a series about how I am on this journey to live a sustainable, ethical lifestyle. So if you're interested, leave a comment down below and I will try and make more videos just like this one. Just a roadmap of what I'm going to be talking about today. So first I want to talk about my journey and why and when I started it, as well as the legislation surrounding animal testing, at least in America mostly, but also globally, and how that affects what we are able to see on our shelves. And then I want to talk about how I personally am choosing the items that I am using in my cruelty-free lifestyle, as well as some resources you can use if you're interested in starting this journey as well. And then finally, some of my favorite brands that I use all the time in my cruelty-free life. So first, I want to talk about my journey. In 2018, I decided to make a New Year's resolution that by the end of the year, I wanted to be fully cruelty-free. And basically what that meant was my hair care, skincare, makeup, and home goods would all be cruelty-free. And I thought about doing this as a first step into sustainability and ethical living because I was already in the process of upgrading my skincare, makeup, etc. And since I was in college, I had the money to buy more high-end things. So I figured, why not buy things that actually aligned with my morals and my values? And I thought this was the best way to do that. So unfortunately, in doing more research, I realized that there wasn't actually any way that I could be fully cruelty-free because of medication. So pharmaceuticals are regulated by the FDA, and the FDA requires that all drugs be tested on animals before they are approved for people. I'll get more into that in the legislation section, but that was very unfortunate. And after realizing that, I kind of also gave myself a rule that I would want to finish all of the products that I already had before I decided to replace them with a cruelty-free alternative. And the reason I decided to do that was just because I had already spent money on these items. Me throwing them away right now wouldn't be doing anything for the movement. It wouldn't give the brands a message that I'm not buying from them anymore because I already bought that item. So it would just be a little wasteful and wouldn't necessarily do anything to change anyone's mind. So I kept using a lot of the products, and because of that, it took me a bit longer to get some of the cruelty-free options into my lifestyle. And specifically lotions. Lotions took the longest. I had so many just lying around, and I tried to gift all of my unopened ones, but my open ones, I did use all of them, and then I was finally able to replace them with the cruelty-free alternatives. So that's the journey, and now I want to get into the legislation. So, like I said, I wasn't able to have medication be cruelty-free because pharmaceuticals are regulated by the FDA very heavily. Although I will say in the recent months, as doctors have been developing the COVID-19 vaccine, PETA has been talking about this for a very long time, but health organizations have actually said that animal testing for drugs might not be the most efficient or effective way to make sure that they are safe for humans. So hopefully that this changes something in the future, but until then, I will be still using all of the medications that I need to use. And I encourage you, if you have a conversation with your doctor and they're like, you need to be on this medication, you're like, no, I can't, I'm cruelty-free, I want to try something more natural. Have that conversation with your doctor and make sure that that is truly the best option for your health. I don't want to encourage you to do something that isn't safe for you just because it was tested on an animal to get it to you. There are plenty of other ways, such as voting or writing letters to your senators, that is just as effective as buying products that are actually cruelty-free. So that's my statement there. Don't try and be perfect. Also, if there's a product that you just really like and you don't want to give it up, write a letter to the company and say, hey, I'd really appreciate it if you reevaluated your policies based on animal testing, and then that's also a way to go with this. So there are many different routes. This is the route I chose, and I just wanted to talk about that today. So moving on to other legislation, in California, the state of California, in 2020, a law was passed banning the import and sales of products that were tested on animals currently and after January 1st, 2020. So this sounds great, right? This sounds like you should walk into a store after 2020 and everything you see in front of you is cruelty-free. Unfortunately, there are some loopholes that make this not the case. So the first loophole is that ingredients that are tested on animals and there's no alternative and they're widely used can continue to be tested on animals because there's no alternative to that ingredient. The second is that products that are sold in a place that requires, by the foreign entity, animal testing can continue to animal test in order to sell in that country. And this is a really big deal because China requires animal testing on all of their beauty, hair, skin, household products before they reach the consumer. So obviously companies really want to reach that market because it's really big and there are a lot of people. So they will test their products on animals in order to meet the Chinese regulations. Unfortunately, this means those products being sold in America can't be considered cruelty-free, at least in my opinion. And unfortunately, things can be marketed as cruelty-free except when required by foreign legislation. I will say that it definitely requires the consumer to put in a lot more work just to know exactly what's going into these products that are being made. But I do have some resources that made it a lot easier for me and will hopefully make it a lot easier for you. So the first is Cruelty-Free Kitty, and that's a website where you basically just have one list that says this is cruelty-free, these brands are cruelty-free, one list that says these brands are not cruelty-free. And it's super easy to check if a brand you love is actually cruelty-free. And you can read their statements on different brands. They have blog posts about some brands that are in a weird gray area like Love, Beauty, and Planet, and other things like that. And then the second website that I want to link is called Ethical Elephant. And so that website has some more listicle type of things that were really helpful to me when I was like, hey, I need dishwasher pods. What are the brands of dishwasher pods that are cruelty-free? And how can I pick the best one for me? And so the listicle will tell you the brand, the price point, where you can get it, and things like that. So I definitely recommend both of those if you're starting this journey because they were really helpful to me. And then finally, I want to hop over to the voiceover to show you some of my favorite brands. But first, I want to say that for something to be my favorite brand, I have to have used multiple products from that brand and have loved all of them. So just so you know, these aren't brands that I just picked up today because they're cruelty-free. These are tried and true brands, in my opinion, that I think everyone can benefit from. So I hope you enjoy those. And let's get to the voiceover. So first we have my favorite household items, and this company is Mrs. Meyer's. I have quite a few of their products as well as Method products. I've used their soap, their candles, all of that sort of thing. And now on to skincare. This is the Dr. Bronner's Solid Castile soap, and I use this to clean my makeup brushes. And then I couldn't do a cruelty-free video without mentioning Lush. So here are two of the items, but I have quite a few of them. And then this is a high-end skincare brand called Murad. And now on to makeup. This is ColourPop. They've been cruelty-free since the very beginning of their company. I really have loved all of the products that I've tried from them, and I love that they're so affordable. And now I have some Too Faced. They have also been cruelty-free since the very beginning and really paved the way for a lot of other makeup brands. And then this is Tarte, two of their large palettes, as well as their C line mascara. And then now on to the miscellaneous category. Could I ever do a favorites video without mentioning Trader Joe's? Probably not. But this is their hand and body cream, as well as a scrub that I use all the time. And now Tom's, which I just get at Target. We use their deodorant as well as their toothpaste and mouthwash, which I mentioned in a previous video. Thank you guys so much for watching. That is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, if you want more videos on being ethical or sustainable in your lifestyle, please let me know down in the comments, and stay tuned for my video next week, which is my February Plan With Me video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!